House rules. Each speaker has 5 minutes. The first and last minutes are protected. The judge will ring a bell to signal the protected time. The bell will ring continuously after 5 minutes.
In our community, our success is defined by the leaders. If the leader does not care of what is pressurizing the subjects, that community is bound to fall apart. Now, my name is Achol Garang Deng from Sacred Heart Secondary School, coming to debate on the affirmative side, on the resolution that states, this House attributes for shoddy work on infrastructure in northern Uganda on lack of political will. Now, members in the House, I'll first want to define the key terms in this resolution. Dear judges, attribution, a quality trait or feature that describes or defines someone or something. Infrastructure, fundamental system and structure that supports a country, countries or cities or organizations' operation. Shoddy, a poor quality, met of poor quality. Now, members in the House, in tonight's debate, we simply mean as team affirmative that it is lack of political will. It is lack of political will by the government that contributes, that accounts to poor infrastructures in northern Uganda. Now, members in the House, according to the principle of state policy, it states that it is a constitutional mandate for the government to provide and ensure social services, including access to quality education, good roads, and many others. Now, members in the House, we say that this can be ensured by the government this can be ensured by the government through the representatives it has in different areas. For example, in northern Uganda, we have the RDCs, we have the local councils that make sure they present the ideas of the citizens to the government in northern Uganda, but we see that the things that are affecting people in northern Uganda are not being responded to, members in the House. Now, according to the General Secretary Ministry of Finance, in his opening remarks, he said that the areas of priorities in Uganda are health, education, and transport facilities, among others, members in the House. But what do we see in northern Uganda? In this case, as team affirmative, we are going to base on the reason. We are going to show you why we say it is lack of political will by the government that contributes to actually a poor quality infrastructures. For example, in this case, we are going to education and transport facilities. Now, members in the House, we see a lot of corruption taking place. In Gulu, the Gulu-Juba High Road project has been plagued by allegations of corruption and mismanagement in 2019. The Ugandan government allocated Uganda shilling 146 billion, approximately $40 for the construction of the road. But what happened? We see the road is incomplete, members in the House. Now, this is due to a corruption allegation. We say that this is due to corruption allegation. We say that the Inspector General of Government invested the allegations of corruption and mismanagement of funds, that 24 billion of Uganda shillings have been misused on the roads like Gulu-Juba Highway, members in the House. This road we see right now, there are a lot of potholes in it. The road was supposed to be 4-way, but what do we see? It's only 2-way. Where has the money gone? Who is accountable for the money? And right now we see that according to the police force report on the 7th July 2023, about 37% of the accidents in Uganda are attributed, 37% of the accidents in northern Uganda are contributed to poor quality roads in northern Uganda. Who is accountable by this? This is lack of the political will by the government.
The panel and the House at large. My name is Lakisha Goldemasi. The first negative. The panel and the House at large. The first affirm came and said the government has contributed $41 for the construction of Gulu Highway. Why? And she also said, in her speech, she also said there's supposed to be the construction of 4 highways, but that only 2 are done. And she said it's all because of corruption. Why do you blame the government for everything? The government has provided all the available resources. It's your leader, it's the authorities that the government has given money that's at fault. The panel and the House at large, the team of farms are blaming the government for no reason. As it is resolved, this House attributes the shadow work on infrastructure in the northern Uganda for the lack of political will by the government. The panel and the House at large, we do not agree with the definition given by the farms. We as team negators, we are here to say, here are the key terms of tonight's tournament.
PI Speaker.
Not allowed. Shaggy work. Refers to work or product that has been done in a careless or bad way. Infrastructure, this is basically a physical system of business, region, nation, which involves production of public goods and production process. Political will, the extent of committed support among key decision makers for a particular policy solution. The panel and the House at large. In simple terms, this House attributes the careless work done by the infrastructure key stakeholders in the government. Our stand is we are completely negating this resolution. Our parameter is northern Uganda, as it's clearly stated. In northern Uganda, there is an increase of shaggy work in different infrastructure. This is because of the failures of the constructors. This is the failures of the constructors to perform their work. The government has released the funds right, and in this case,
Speaker. Speaker, do you know that these constructors are not being paid in time, and that is why they are behaving like that, and the government is the one that bring in constructors that are actually not qualified?
I've got your question, I'll answer. In northern Uganda, always the constructors prove their competences during interview processes, or so that they can be given opportunities to get job. But in the actual sense, their theoretical works their competence are more of theoretical than practical. So this is according to the public procurement and Disposal Public Access Act 2003 mandates the government to call for the bid from any competent company who fails who feels that they are capable in performing specific tasks. What then shall we do? What then shall the government do? Take for instance, a report by the URSB states that companies like E&S were suspended from their duties due to corruption. We are blaming the government here for no reason. The government gives out funds to certain companies. In Uganda, the panel and the House at large, allow me to rest my case.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.